Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special Geekonomics. It's WrestleMania week. The belt is finally here. We are ready to pick our picks for WrestleMania.
I know.
We'll have that later on. We have some stuff to get to first.
Yes.
But as always, we start with, hello, Brian. How are you? How are things? Are you ready?
I'm ready to rumble.
Are you ready? I said,
to rumble?
Are you ready?
I am ready to rumble.
Then, for the ones in attendance and the zeros watching at home, let's get ready to podcast.
Yes. Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
I'm
ones.
Yeah, the ones.
The ones, the zeros.
The ones.
So we got a lot to talk about. We got Daredevil. Last of Us premiered this weekend.
Did.
Also, you had a convention you went to.
I did.
I want to hear more about that.
You will.
Before we get into anything,
Yes.
I want to remind people this Friday.
A good Friday for a comic book show.
It
I
is.
said it all day yesterday. People are loving it, so I'm running with it.
It's a good Friday for a comic book show at DoubleTree Hotel at 42 Century Drive in Bristol, Connecticut, 6 p.m. to 10 p.m.
CliffsCon After Dark.
75 dealer tables, special guests, $5 to get in. Also, if you come with a costume on, you can win a cash prize.
You can.
Free caricatures by Matt C. Ryan.
C stands for caricatures.
Or Conan.
Or comics.
Or Champion. All those apply.
Yes.
All those apply. Or Connecticut. Matt Connecticut.
Matt Connecticut Ryan.
He's Mr. Connecticut.
Mr. Connecticut. We'll get him a sash.
Or Matt CliffsCon Ryan. I don't know.
That's two C's.
There's a lot of C's. A lot of C's. Anyway, that's happening this Friday. I've spent majority of this week and weekend preparing myself, getting stuff ready. I have brand new pins, brand new stickers, more video games I'm selling.
Oh, man.
More toys. I've discovered more G.I. Joe stuff. Not G.I. Joe. Transformers stuff that I actually forgot in my room.
Oh, well, there you
They're
go.
smaller ones. They're all Generation 1.
Ooh.
Generation 1 mostly.
I have to stop by there before people start getting their little paws on it.
Yeah, I have like maybe 10 pieces.
Still 10 I want to look through.
So I got a lot of new stuff for my table.
Yeah. I think if you keep an eye out, if you look around at certain stores in the area, there might be free admission passes floating around somewhere. I'm not guaranteeing that's a thing, but I've heard that's a rumor.
Yes. Free admission. Also, if you come with a costume on, I think sometimes Cliff will let you in for free.
I think you're just getting a little go on in.
Yeah. So if you come with a contest, costume contest, you get it for free.
Yeah. And there might be, I'm figuring this out as we speak, that the Matt C. Ryan booth might be live streaming, or not live streaming, but at least live watching SmackDown, because the SmackDown will be happening while we're at the show.
Oh, well, that's tough to do because there's
not
so
really
much going on.
It's just put a monitor on and just watch it.
Well, I mean, if I'm watching, well, that's good to know because then I can keep. But it's gonna be so busy. Yeah. This is gonna be a busy show. This last year,
you hope so.
This was a massive.
But if it isn't,
show. It will be.
Come swing by the booth. We'll be watching SmackDown.
It's gonna be busy.
Yeah, I'm bringing my laptop, so that's why we'll have a monitor going.
All right, Mark. So you went to another show this past weekend.
Yes.
How was it?
Toy and collectible show.
Another one.
Another one. It's like what's the DJ Khaled and another one.
And another one.
Andrew's new show down in North Haven.
Yeah.
Matt C. Ryan and myself went down there and helped Matt with his booth yesterday at the show. It was a very well attended show. It was a nice place. We had gone there to this show years ago under the old owner.
We were talking about this.
Yes,
with
because
Dan.
I walked in and I'm like, we went with Dan and we went right into Sean.
That is a small
Lane.
room. I remember that
we went
one.
to Sean Lane.
The Yoda was there.
Yes, out in the lobby.
Yes.
Yeah, because you walk in, the bathroom's on this side, and then there's like a restaurant on the back.
This is when I brought the recorder.
Yes.
And we were doing interviews.
Yes.
And Matt Ryan, I interviewed outside. And this is like when we first kind of met him.
And I said to him that you've been here. And he's like, no, I haven't. I'm like, yes. Because we met you here.
Yeah.
We interviewed you here for our podcast back in the day. And he's like, I don't remember. I'm like, yes.
Yes.
Because the room was exactly the same. It has not changed.
He was doing food fight.
Yes.
He was doing the food
Art
fight.
fight.
Art fight.
Art fight.
I remember that.
Because High Adventure was there.
Yes, High Adventure, and he was with his old partners.
Yes.
That were, I
It was
believe,
Steve and Rachel.
Yeah.
Were there. Yeah.
This is
it was that far back.
This is old school.
Yes.
Free Lunch
Also,
Studios.
like the end of that grouping of Free Lunch.
Right.
Yeah. Good. So I could go back to him and tell him this because we argued about this all the way down there. I'm like, I've been here before. I know exactly where we're going.
Yep.
He's like, no, we've never been here before.
That room
I'm like,
is small.
Yeah, I know exactly where this is.
Yeah.
It's the Clarion. It was a different name.
That
back
episode
then.
is still posted. I could probably dig it up.
You could, yeah.
And I'll send it to Matt.
Yeah.
That wasn't. Can you hear? Yeah.
Yes,
That
we
wasn't
can.
the one with where didn't they have like rooms off the ballroom as well that they had and like.
No, it was just one
No,
room.
it was just one
Or am
room.
I think no? I think that was the original Terrific Con.
You're thinking of that was at a different hotel.
That was what
down
they had
there.
the big
Yeah.
mural and everything.
Yes, it was a big, huge hotel that had a
okay.
big.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
I'm
was
confusing
Terrificon.
the two because they're both in hotels.
It was actually called Connecticut back then, or Connecticut Comic Con or something like that back then.
Yeah. it
So
was a different
overall, it
name.
was a good
Yeah,
time.
it was a good time. It's a good time had by all.
Nice.
Ran into a lot of folks that we haven't seen in a long time. Matt ran into a bunch of people he hadn't seen in forever, so that was cool. Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll attend
Some
the
cool
next
stuff.
one.
We went down. It was kind of funny on the way back. I was like, I could just leave all the stuff in my car because I'll see you Friday, but I also don't want to drive around with your stuff in my car all week. So
Yeah.
take it. So
The weather's going to get warmer and then it'll just fry.
yeah,
It just
exactly.
get
Yeah,
gross.
yeah.
That's awesome. So one show has passed and we got
Yes.
the big one coming this Friday.
It's the big show.
And then we have a little lull until
right across the
summer.
street from ESPN, so it officially is the big show.
It is the really, really big shoe.
The big show.
Okay. We got to move on. Mark, other than the shows, you catch up on any TV. I know we're going to talk about Daredevil
Yes.
and Last of Us, but beyond those two things, you watch anything else? Catch up on anything else? Build any more Legos?
No, I didn't. No, I did. Per direction from my wife, because she wants to watch it, but she doesn't want to watch it with me. But she wanted me to get my opinion on it before she watched it, so she forced me to watch Wicked. So I watched that over the weekend.
Wait a minute.
This is how the world works.
That makes no sense to
In
me.
our house, don't ask me why.
She made you watch Wicked.
She asked me to watch it first, so I could tell her my thoughts on it and see if she would like it. This is how things work. I don't know why, but it's just how it works, and I just go along with it. So 2 hours and 40 minutes of my life were sucked away by
Wasted?
Wicked. I mean, it was all right. It's a musical.
She wanted you to screen the movie for
Yes.
your opinion.
What did
before
she do
watched it.
while you
'cause
were
she-
watching it? Take a nap or
No,
something?
she watched like Top Chef downstairs. Who knows?
What is going on?
Yeah, I'm
She watched-
confused by
I'm
this
confused
as well.
by all this.
So she asked me, this happens a lot. She asked me to watch things to then let her know if I think it's going to be too emotional for her to watch it.
But it's Wicked.
Well, because there's the Friends thing.
There's Friends, and then
But
there's
it's like
I don't
associated to be
know. Other stuff,
sisters.
yeah.
So then she thinks that if it's too emotional, she'll get too emotional because the sister break up at the end. And would it make her cry? 'Cause she doesn't want to cry. So
Okay.
she's like, I need you to watch it to see what you think.
You're probably not that person.
And I'm
that-
like,
I
yeah,
was gonna say the same thing.
why are you
Mark,
asking
is that
me?
the good-
Mark does not cry much.
I don't.
I've seen you cry like maybe
Yeah.
twice.
But
Yeah.
even besides that, Mark isn't going to be like, yeah, you'll be okay.
No, I
Right,
told her. I
right.
said you probably won't be okay.
Yeah.
He said you probably make you cry.
Okay. So what'd she say now?
She's like, okay, well now I know if I need to cry, I can watch it. I'm like, okay,
What is
cool.
happening?
Yes. So this is how the dynamic
you-
works now. So I just go with it. It's easier to just go and say yes instead of like, I'm not gonna argue about it. Like, no, I don't want to watch that dumb movie. And then her be like, well, I don't understand why you can't just watch it for me. So it's just, not that she would
Watch
ever do
it
that,
for me. Watch it
but
for me.
You know.
what would happen is she would watch it
Yeah.
and start bawling and go, look what happened. Look what
Yeah,
you made
exactly.
me do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
you know.
But it was also because we did the thing like I used to tell her that you used to do the thing where you'd watch all the Oscar nominated movies.
Yes. Yes.
So we were trying to like gradually get like the same kind of thing. Like we watched Conclave, we watched a couple other ones, and that was one. And Wicked was nominated, so it
Yes,
was
it
another one of the
was.
movies. So it was like, well, we have to like if we want to,
But
complete the list.
But she didn't complete the list because she didn't watch it.
No.
So it's
No.
it's a bad.
Yeah. I mean, my sisters are super into it.
Then she should have
That's
texted
what
your
I
sisters
said.
and said, "Hey, I'm interested in watching Wicked. Give me your thoughts," because
Well,
they love that stuff.
But see, that's the thing, is she knows their opinions are jaded
No,
because they would say they love it and
Yes.
it's the best thing ever and you should watch it.
but you're
But
getting.
then Claire would be like, well, that's not because you love it. I know you love it, so I'm not going to ask someone who loves it. It's like me. Like, you wouldn't ask me, like, should I watch Star Wars? Because I'd be like, yeah, you should watch Star Wars. Not knowing, like, if you're going to like Star Wars.
I guess they could have gave her a better idea about the crying aspect
Yes.
that you said.
More than likely. But
Right.
who knows? But I ended up watching it. It was okay. It
Okay.
happened. The two big songs happen. It's literally just the first act of the play. It's not even the whole play.
Yes, the sequel
So
coming
there's a
out
whole
this
other one coming
year.
out this year, next
Yeah.
year. So it's like, or later this year, whatever.
So you excited now? You're gonna go
No,
to the theater?
I really don't. Yeah. So I went on Wikipedia and read the rest of the story, so I know what happens. So that way I don't
Okay.
have to see it again.
What if Claire asked you to watch it?
I'll probably end up watching it. You know, happy life, happy wife, man. You gotta like do the things that make the things happen.
Okay. Well, hey, that's all that matters.
Yeah.
Happy.
I mean, there's not much else. And it also wasn't anything else going on. There's no other shows
You
to
didn't
watch.
catch up on anything else?
There's nothing else to watch. Nothing else is out.
All right. Well, I got.
I mean, there's
I
like
got two
Daredevil.
things. Yeah.
There's Last of Us started last night.
Yeah. Yeah.
And besides that, like, there's no other shows like that we would watch that I'd be like, oh man, I gotta watch that.
All right. Well, so Wicked.
Wicked.
On the Mark
It happened.
scale, what do you give it? Wicked.
I'll
One
give
out
it a
of 10.
7. It was entertaining. It had its moments.
Okay.
Jeff Goldblum's amazing.
Yeah. He's the wizard.
He is the wizard.
He's a wizard.
Jeff Goldblum saves it
Yeah.
for me, at least. Like,
Right. Well, yeah.
does a little soft shoe, does the Jeff Goldblum stuff.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's all you need.
Yeah, he sings. I mean, come on.
He's got an album out, like a jazz album.
I can understand.
It's pretty good.
The song he sings in the play is very jazzy.
It came out near the tail end of COVID.
Yeah, makes sense.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, he has 2 albums out, I think. The second one I discovered.
I mean, Leonard
first.
Nimoy has an album, so why can't anyone else?
Yeah. Well, William Shatner does.
Yeah, Bilbo Baggins, man.
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins.
So Mark,
Brian.
I'm assuming
Yes.
I finished Going Dutch, which is only 10 episodes. It was the 4th
You're
of July.
assuming that you finished it, or you
It
did
is.
finish it?
It did.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming you finished it.
Yes.
It's the
You
4th
didn't finish that
you-
sentence
you-
correctly. You just
I
kind of said,
apologize.
I'm assuming,
assuming.
I finished Going
Yeah.
Dutch. I'm like, I hope you would know. You were there.
Going Dutch.
Yes, I finished it. Yes.
It was, overall, I feel like
It's a show.
It's a show. I feel like Dennis Leary is miscast. Overall, I feel like that character should have been someone else.
But who else would it be that, though?
I feel like my first gut reaction is Joel McHale.
But he's on
He's already doing
Animal
it.
Control.
I understand, but you need someone with that little hardness to him. I think Dennis Leary wasn't a hard ass. He was kind of just there doing his thing.
Yeah. Well, he's supposed to be the dopey kind of guy. Like,
Yeah,
kind of
but
out of touch.
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I think it was just kind of vanilla. It was a vanilla half-hour show. The cast was great.
You'd have been good at that part? Bill Burr.
Yeah. I feel like there's someone that has an edge to him. Dennis Leary kind of lost that
His edge is kind of eroded over the
Well,
years.
it doesn't help that he's been around for too long as both sides, so he doesn't have that heart. Like, he did the A-hole song.
Yes, he did.
Back
But
in
that
the
was a
day.
different time.
But that's
That
what
was
I
a
mean
different
is,
time, yes.
but now he's more known for, like, wasn't he in Ice Age or something like that?
Yes. He was the Sabretooth in
Well,
Ice Age.
I think of Rescue Me. That's what I think Dennis
But that's what I
Leary.
mean
I
is
think
he
Rescue Me.
wasn't super hard ass in that either.
No.
No.
I just listen. The cast is great. I think the woman playing his daughter is great. Danny Pudi's great. Cast is great.
Yeah.
I watched it more for the cast. I only got a few chuckles out of it. It's a show I would just put on, and you're like,
Yeah.
I want the show.
The lady from Doctor Who.
She was great.
She's good.
I feel like
Catherine Tate.
That's her name. Thank
if
you.
they
You're
do a
right.
season 2, they
Couldn't think of it.
She was
just
also in The Office.
they just
Yes.
gotta get better writers in there.
Yeah.
It has potential.
Yes, it does.
But it was just vanilla. It was
Yes.
just good.
Even going off of what you had said, At the beginning, he was a different character. Then they started feeding into the Dennis Leary.
Well, they tried to
of him.
They tried to the whole show is basically about him trying to reconnect with his daughter. It doesn't start out that way, but that's how the show ends up. Basically,
Yes.
It's him wanting to reconnect with his daughter and have a relationship with his daughter, and then him realizing that he's been a terrible human being his whole life.
Bad dad.
A bad dad, and just like a bad husband, a bad person, and like coming to terms with that and trying to become better. So that's where the show kind of ends at the end of the season, is like him trying to do that.
Also, I will say this. 10 episodes, I kind of miss the days. I understand for certain dramas it works.
26 episodes, man.
22 episodes.
Yeah,
is
26 episodes for comedies.
For comedies, because that really allows the characters to breathe.
You got time to set up things.
And if you watch season 1 and you watch season 2, like Park and Rec, perfect example. Park and Rec. That first season was just good, but the show got better.
Yeah, you got time to marinate.
That first season,
get comfortable with each other.
they were trying to figure it out. They fired a guy. They moved things around. They really leaned on the characters that worked. Yeah, they got rid of him because he was the Jim. He was boring.
He was the Jim from Office guy, basically.
His character didn't work.
Yeah,
they got rid of him, and the show got better.
Yeah.
So like going Dutch, I was like, man. This show, I get it. It's a pilot season, so maybe next season they would do 22 episodes. I doubt it though. But like something like this,
Fox seems like they keep them small for some reason.
Save money.
I've noticed Fox has also done more of the like British style.
Yeah.
Of like, they do a couple episodes to see how people like it.
Yeah.
And then if it's good, they'll do as like a summer series.
Yeah.
So like you'll do like a fall and then like a bridge.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
a lot of like the newer stuff has, at least with Fox,
a show like this
gotten away from the 22 straight.
I think with streaming too, they have moved away from that. A lot of these networks, but I feel like Going Dutch is just a perfect example that this show could get better if they had the time to really get to know the characters and then just make it better. Yeah, I think it's got potential. I think it was an okay first 10 episodes. Will it come back? I don't know. Yeah, nobody's talking about it.
It's whatever.
It's kind of just came and went.
It's just kind of like there. Like Animal Control. It's kind of like there.
But Animal Control has lasted.
Yes.
I didn't even know
Fox,
it was still
though.
on.
Fox just keeps airing them. It's not like they like... I don't think they really put forth any effort. They kind of just like, oh, you got a show now. Go ahead. Keep going. And then until someone knows, hey, that show's still on there? We should probably get rid of that and move something else in there.
And then we watched the very last episode of Yellowstone. And I'm not going to waste too much time on this. I'm just going to say it was the best episode of Yellowstone because it was the last episode of Yellowstone.
Me to Wicked is you to Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So there you go. I don't know why you're giving me such grief about it. You have to watch Yellowstone because Allison wants to watch it.
No.
You don't care about it.
No, neither did she. We just want to see how it ended.
Well, that's weird. That's even worse than making me watch Wicked.
We wanted to just watch the last 6 episodes. And we honestly,
I wouldn't just gave up.
The final episode, I know it sounds ironic to be like the best episode is the last one, but honestly, everything happens in this episode.
Well, you guys sold everything
that made this episode more interesting. 5 episodes of vistas and sad cowboys. This episode actually had action. There was plot movement, and I'm like, why are they moving the plot on the final episode? Anyway, it was. Tyler Sheridan should never allowed to make a show again.
You won't need to because he's going to live off the money from Yellowstone.
Well, no, he's already made a million spin-offs of Yellowstone with Harrison Ford.
That's 1923, 1823,
whatever, and then
Tim McGraw one.
They're doing another one, I think.
Yeah,
it's like 1930s or something like that.
2023.
They're going in the past. Who knows? But anyway,
he did 18, 19, 20, 23.
We put that show to bed.
It's going to be all about Kevin Costner's going to be back on the show.
He probably will.
And they're just going to do a whole thing with that.
Anyway, those are the 2 shows I finished over the week. And then quick.
Or it's going to be even farther back, 1723.
TV news. One of my favorite shows, Mythic Quest, Apple TV, canceled it.
Yes.
But luckily, they are allowed that this week they're going to re-release the final episode with a different ending.
Yeah, like a series finale.
Series finale ending. Also, it
really didn't need another season. The way they ended the season, I could see if season 5 would have been bad.
I thought it was ending. I was still would have watched it because I do love the show.
I know, but I could just see like where else are you going to go with that? Like if now they're together, a whole season of them together, it would just be painful.
Well, I do recommend side quests. I watched the first episode, and it's about the artist. He was in the show.
Yeah.
He goes on vacation.
Yeah.
And what's his name is just up his butt the whole time he's on
Rob
vacation.
McElhenney.
It's fantastic. I haven't watched the others. There's only 4 standalone.
Yes.
But that first standalone was really good.
Yeah.
Good sense of humor. You get in, you get out.
Yeah.
Great little short story.
Yeah.
But I got to watch the other 3.
Yeah.
But Mythic Quest series finale will be this week.
It's crazy too. I was reading the article and it's like I totally didn't even realize the fact that like Mythic Quest was like one of the first shows Apple TV greenlit.
Yeah. Well, it came out around the same time as Ted Lasso.
It was like them were the first 2 shows that came out on Apple TV Plus, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, because
It's crazy to think that. I was
how
like, wow.
long? It's been 4 years.
Yeah.
It came out before COVID.
Yes.
During
Yeah.
COVID, they did COVID episodes.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like crazy. And like I remember before COVID, we thought, oh, it's gonna take forever, and now we're already in 2025.
Yeah, I
it's
know.
like, oh my god.
I know.
So that's it.
Hey, Brian.
What?
So I looked it up just because I was interested. The 2 spin-offs were 1883 and 1923.
Yes.
But the
We said
reason why all this stuff was happening in the last episode is there's another spin-off.
Oh,
It's going to be Quadruple Six.
yes, that's his brand.
Yeah, it's his brand.
That's his brand of vodka and all this stuff the guy sells. He hawks.
So he's doing a show named after that.
Because that's another ranch. It's actually based off a real life ranch. It's one of the oldest in the country.
That's why he sold everything off in the last episode of Yellowstone.
Yeah.
He's pitching a new show with him and potentially Beth and Red I can't remember his
The
name.
couple that's
Rick.
always on.
Yeah, but Beth and Rip, they do get married and move. Well, they're already married, but they find their own place and move away.
Right, but that's what
They moved
he,
to Quadruple Six Ranch.
No, they just moved.
they move away, but it sounds like he might be trying to use them as like a buffer to
because they're the most interesting characters he has.
Yeah.
That's it. But they're kind of done.
That's what the talks are.
Oh,
I've already lost interest.
yeah. Let's move on. But
We got
that's
other stuff to talk
No,
about.
but it's,
We're giving Yellowstone way more time than it
yeah.
needs.
Let's move on. But thank
Oh,
you,
no.
Josh. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank you.
we're moving on.
All right,
Daredevil.
Daredevil.
episode 8.
Yes.
All I gotta say is episode 8.
I need to check to make sure it's actually episode 8.
It is. Daredevil
It is.
Okay, it
is back.
Yes.
Because I was so kind of disappointed with episode 7.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I did some research. Episode 1, episode 8, and 9
The
are
reshoot episodes.
are all the reshoots, and
Yeah.
it's the new showrunner from The Punisher. Everything in the middle was old, but what
With
they
little
did
bits.
is they re-edited everything and
Yeah.
mushed things around so it all flow.
Gotcha.
Makes perfect sense.
Gotcha.
Because you can
Basically
kind of
what
see
I
the dip in
told you.
quality.
Gotcha.
Right after that, I liked the bank episode,
The bank episode was really good.
but I think after that, it just kind of went.
Well, the Muse story kind of just wrapped up quickly.
It was a wet fart. That news
Yeah.
story. So sad. I really
Well, it's
didn't
like I
want
said,
He's
that.
not the guy that. He's not the big bad.
But the thing is, they promoted
Bullseye.
it. They promoted,
It was an old switcheroo.
and Bullseye's barely in it,
Well, because he's the one that's kind of had him at the beginning of the season,
and now he disappeared,
and then he goes
and
to
now
prison.
he shows
He
up,
went to prison. Now he escaped prison, and now he's out for revenge.
and you can tell the way the episode was filmed, just the way it was filmed.
It was the old show.
It's very cinematic.
Yeah.
It's very flat compared to
Very
the other
Punisher. Yeah.
other episodes.
Yeah.
Episode 1 and episode 7 have a lot of visual callbacks.
Yeah.
Also, Bullseye coming back into the fray. We're having this big cliffhanger ending.
Trying to kill Kingpin, but he ends up shooting Daredevil instead.
Well, Matt Murdock jumps in front of him.
Yes.
He jumps in front of the bullet.
Yeah.
As a hero would.
Yes.
But I thought,
Well, it's also the thing of if you kill the mayor, it's like a whole. You're like martyring him and making him even more of a.
yes, but I think Matt Murdock, he's still going to protect people no matter
Yes.
what.
No. Yeah. But there's that part of it too. It's
Yeah,
just, yeah.
you're right. You're right.
That actually made me question the whole thing with Vanessa.
What do you mean?
Well,
Because
Vanessa hired
she hired
Bullseye to kill
Foggy.
Yes.
Yes.
It was part of the mission.
It was a cover-up.
for Bullseye. Yes. No, but also was part of the mission for Bullseye to kill Kingpin.
No. Because he's getting revenge.
He's going back because Kingpin. He was going to kill Kingpin because Kingpin wouldn't let him out.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm
He
saying.
didn't give him parole.
That's what I'm saying was, did Kingpin actually move him?
Yes.
I don't think he did.
Yeah.
I think Vanessa used whatever to move him into General Pop so that he would get killed.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, she might have influenced Kingpin to do it, but Kingpin did it.
Yeah.
But I also don't think Kingpin has any idea what's going on.
Well, no, he doesn't know that she hired Bullseye to kill Foggy.
Right. But that's what I'm saying is, was she the one using the Kingpin, using Fisk to say, move him into Gen Pop so that they kill him?
I see what you're saying.
To cover up what she did.
Influencing him.
Yeah.
Because now it's kind of interesting because Vanessa is... Who is the
puppet master.
The puppet master, right? You have two people that are really manipulating each other.
Is it Kingpin manipulating Vanessa, or has Vanessa been the one manipulating Kingpin this whole time?
Who is the man?
Yeah.
Because there was that one scene with I can't remember his name.
Well, he's dead now.
No.
Oh, the other guy.
The assistant or whatever his name is.
Yes.
Lily said, "I'm doing." He brought it up again, like subtly, that
Jack
Kingpin isn't in charge.
Yeah.
And also, I like how this episode. One thing I was complaining about last week was we weren't giving enough attention to these side characters.
Yes.
And finally, this episode, you're getting more information from BB.
Yes.
You're finding out she's doing a little bit more.
Yeah, she's
than
double acting herself,
I
trying
had
to
said
get
that,
herself in with the
remember,
Marin.
I had said that, like that article.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, well, that wasn't BB," and I'm like, "Yeah, it was."
Yeah.
But she didn't put her name on.
No, she's using like pen names to get stuff out.
Well, yeah, because she's like in the enemy's nest.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's allowing her to get information.
Yes.
And I like how we got more of this because this is stuff it was absent in the middle of the series.
Yes.
But going back to episode 1, you have Bullseye laying on the ground.
Yes.
And then you have Foggy laying on the ground. And then this episode ends with Matt laying on the ground. I kind of feel like a mirror image between him and Foggy.
You're correct. They had the heartbeat thing happening.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I have confidence that season 2 will have a clear path now because they're filming it right now.
Yeah.
So I feel like season 2 won't have this kind of dip.
Yeah.
And it will be more fleshed out. I would even love it if they gave us more episodes, to be honest with you.
They probably will do like 12 or so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
But I thought this was a great... It felt like Daredevil again.
Yeah.
It felt good. I was like, yes, this is perfect.
It's a lot to wrap up in one episode, though.
Will we get a time jump? Or is Matt going to be out?
Yeah.
That's the question.
That's because of the way they're talking about having Foggy come back.
How? He's dead.
What I think it's going to be
is him like in a dream sequence kind of thing, like he's in a coma.
Matt is going to be doing the cases because you know how this had
well,
the
he did
flashback
this thing. He was
scene
also saying a thing too to the lawyer lady there
in the first episode.
No, in this episode, they're like out in the hallway. He's like, I can't do this anymore. I can't be defending people.
Oh yeah, because he's going to defend a liar.
Yeah,
that's why
I'm not doing this anymore. So I think it's going to be where he's going to go to start like being the defender of the downtrodden who are being stepped on and all
this
that.
episode set up the thing because you know they did the flashback of why he was drinking the whiskey because he had won. He knew he had it locked.
Yeah.
So now is Matt going to go back into the case file
and find out what it was?
Bring up all these cases to either go after Vanessa or get rid of the corruption or whatever.
Yeah, because Foggy was working on this case, and that was the
reason why they had him bumped off because he was going to blow up the whole situation.
Yeah. Also, I would love it if he left this firm and brings back Karen and goes back to the underground.
Yeah. Well, I think that's what the setup is for the second season, potentially.
Yeah.
I would love
the
that.
flashbacks of Foggy to.
Well, she could appear in this
And
last
then-
episode too. So
Yeah.
so there's chances for it.
Yeah,
to happen.
I'm looking forward to it.
But
Honestly,
we got a lot to cover today, so we can't get bogged down
I know.
in this deep,
No,
Anyway-
no,
deep stuff.
but that's
here.
what I was saying, especially like
We got a whole.
now that
we could have multiple
Daredevil
weeks to
is-
talk about that. We got
yeah.
more episodes
No,
next week. Next
Yeah.
week we will give our review of season 1 of Daredevil.
Yeah, we'll also be covering. We got a lot to cover.
You got
We got
a
a lot
lot
to
to
cover.
cover.
Okay, in 5 minutes.
Last of Us.
Last of Us episode 1. All I gotta say is I was beside myself in awe. It was masterful. That was the first word out of my mouth. I was like, that was amazing.
It's epic. It's epic. The way it's shot, the way it's like presented.
It was just amazing.
It very much like
I got goosebumps.
the beginning
I
of
got
it.
choked up.
The beginning of it, where like she walks out of the barn or whatever into the
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
I was like, man, they're like shot for shotting the video game.
Well, yeah.
It's crazy.
Every scene.
Yeah,
with
it's crazy.
Walking into the barn for the dance. That was literally all that stuff. I was just like,
Yeah.
they literally just hit copy and paste. I mean, it's freaking
The
amazing.
scene where she walks up to the house after the barn incident and
Well,
Yeah.
It's
walks
basic-
away past him as he's playing guitar at the
It's
thing and all
basically
that.
storyboarded for them. They don't have to.
Yeah,
really
they don't have to do much, but
do
still,
much.
it's just
Yeah.
like the fact that they're
they,
like
they can do that is amazing.
able to expand on the stories and make like bigger things happen, like the
The therapist is a new character.
the
played
grocery
by
store scene. Catherine Hahn
Catherine
O'Hara.
O'Hara. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was amazing. And that character, her husband is a character that's in the game that you know about.
But you don't know what. Yeah, he is
Just-
killed, but don't know how or what.
Little context to it.
Yeah.
I'm excited for episode 2. Episode 2, of course, comes out on WrestleMania day 2.
Yeah.
So probably
And they end like this first episode on like a titular moment that happens in the video game. Like,
Abby's
Setting up
coming
the-
to town. Well, she's trying to anyway.
yeah, I'm like,
So things
oh,
are going to
man.
happen in episode 2.
I'm like, are they ramping up to that already? I was like, geez, I thought they were gonna like drag it out a little bit, but they're getting right to the meat of things.
Yeah,
the video game gets right to the heart of it right at the beginning too. So.
Well, sort of, but it could. Next weekend's gonna be interesting because I might stop WrestleMania. Oh, me and
Watch it
Allison
and
will
then
watch
go
it
back.
and go back because I'm so excited for both.
yeah.
All right, we got to jump into WrestleMania.
right.
We have so much to cover.
So here we go. We're going into
It's now time for the Geekonomics Wrestling Challenge.
season finale. Someone's leaving with a belt.
Ba, ba, ba.
This belt will be going to the winner
for the year.
for the year. And then we'll have another belt that we're going to do for the monthly events.
Yeah.
Or
No,
go
I
back
was
and
thinking after the year, next WrestleMania,
Yes.
we get a better belt. And this belt kind of becomes the...
I thought we were doing that after this WrestleMania.
Oh, we could do that.
No.
We could do that.
Either way, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it. It's not... It's
Anyways,
details.
we're
Basically,
getting in
we're
the
gonna have two
weeds here.
belts.
Get in the weeds.
So, if you're paying attention to our Facebook, which some of you are, and I appreciate you for doing that, you've seen we are also doing the Geekonomics WrestleMania Picks Celebrity Challenge, where you, the folks at home, can go onto our Facebook page and you can download these sheets that we have right here, and you could follow along with
Come on,
us.
hold it right. Come on.
Well, I'm covering the names of people that are on there.
I know, but
put their
like,
names.
you made it look nice and everything. You
Well,
held it sideways.
yeah, but I mean, they're on the thing, so you could go and get all 3 pages of the picks that we have that we're going to go through, and you can play at home, and you can also submit your responses, and we're going to go through. I'll be keeping track of everyone's sheets this weekend because I don't have enough going on, and we'll talk about next week who the top winners are, who the top people are that got points, and yeah, so
Nice.
do that. Follow along with us. Makes it a little bit more interesting. Matt Ryan's been promoting it on his Facebook for free lunch. Matt Ryan has already sent in his celebrity picks this morning.
And
Wow.
then texted Mark again on the way in.
Text on the way in saying he forgot a couple things, so I'm going to adjust that
Yeah.
for him. We also have independent wrestler Scotty Wilde from PvP and Blitzkrieg fame. He's also one of our celebrity pickers.
Nice.
John James, who's the crew guy for Blitzkrieg Pro. He's doing a celebrity pick as well. Jay Weagle, who works with me here at the bunker, he is sent in his celebrity picks.
Nice.
We also have Jeremy Leary from the East Coast Bastard crew from Blitzkrieg Pro. He will be sending in his picks. He hasn't done it yet. He's been busy, but I told him he has till Friday. So he's going to send his in. And a big get that we got, Jack Purcell, comic book artist for DC and Marvel. He's done books like Batman and other books as well. But I know he's done Batman. Underground was a big book that he did.
Yeah.
I have those in the back, actually. So he sent in his picks. So there's other folks out there that also have picks that haven't confirmed that they're going to be doing it yet.
I've been sending them out to people.
Don't want to announce that they're doing it, but we thank everybody for joining in on this. This little thing we're trying to get a little bit more people involved in the show. Yeah. And also join in on the fun because it's going to be a good time. So here we go. It's time to go through our picks.
Oh boy.
We're going to be making the picks. Points are close. I didn't write them down, but I know they're close. It's not a lot. Not difference is not a lot. A lot can change.
Yes.
Someone could go home the loser, and someone could take home that belt.
Yeah.
Loser.
And what we're going to do is next week, I know we're going to keep track of our own thing. Well, let's do our best not to worry about numbers. And Mark, for the first time, after we go over everything, you will add up in real time the final totals.
Okay.
I know usually you do that beforehand, so we already kind of know.
Yeah.
But I think it would be more exciting if you kind of just wait. And I know in your head you might know.
Yeah,
but
I will know by the end of Sunday.
I think it's more exciting if you just
you guys it'll be exciting for you guys.
Yes.
I'll know ahead of time.
In the audience.
You guys
in the audience.
I mean, they will know because I'll be telling them. But yes.
But you know what I'm saying.
I understand what you're saying.
Gotcha.
So we start with the matches on Saturday night. Again, these aren't in the order that they're going to be appearing.
Yeah.
These are just in the order that they are on the tweet that WWE put out last week announcing the roster of events. There is one match in here that we're not sure what's happening yet. Somebody is saying that WWE is saying that they are not doing this match, but all signs point to something happening. We're not sure what.
RKO?
Yes.
With,
so we'll see what happens.
Adam?
Yeah.
Pierce?
No, Nick
no.
Aldis. But we'll see what happens.
No, sorry.
But we'll see what happens. There's still chances for that.
I thought that was going to happen.
Yes. So we're still waiting on that. So anyways, all right. Starting off Saturday match. We're going to start off with the Men's World Heavyweight Championship. The champion, Gunther, up against main event, Jey Uso. We'll start with Bryan.
I'm going to keep this quick, but it's going to be, in my opinion.
So we're also doing it really quick.
What?
I've just thought of this because you started saying it. We're also doing at home, if you're at home watching or listening, feel free to join our drinking game. How many times will Bryan say during the WrestleMania picks, this is going to be a good match?
Good match.
By the end of this, you might be drunk.
You might be drunk.
Or you might be very hydrated if you're just drinking water.
You
like
might
we
be
are.
a redneck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll keep a tabulation of how many times Bryan says. And I'll let you know at the end how many times Bryan says, this is going to be a good match.
Well, this will be a good match.
There's one.
There's one. I think Jey Uso is going to win it. They're really laying it on thick. They're really making us believe that people hate Jey Uso, and I don't buy that. I feel like Jey Uso did have the belt. He didn't have this belt. He had
Intercontinental Championship. Yeah.
Briefly.
Yes.
Briefly.
Then he got Braun Breakered.
I think Gunther's had this belt for well over 2 years now.
A year. Not even a year.
He
won it after the last WrestleMania because he lost the last WrestleMania to Sami Zayn.
No, I thought he
lost Intercontinental Championship to Sami Zayn at last year's WrestleMania.
What's the belt he had before that?
Intercontinental
Championship. But he had that for a long time.
Yeah, okay. So he's had a belt.
Yes.
He's had a belt.
He's been a champion in some form.
Right.
Yes.
I think, in my opinion, just the way they're building this up, especially that he went after his brother.
Yes.
And the last time we saw Jey Uso, he went dark. Like,
he had no music, no yeeting.
No yeeting. He was all business.
Couldn't speak.
I feel like
speak.
I feel like the switch has been switched, and we're gonna see Jey Uso.
That's usually how you do a switch.
We're gonna see Jey Uso perform at a
main event level.
A main event level, but darker. It's gonna be dark Jey Uso.
Dark Universe Jey Uso.
Dark Universe Jey Uso. So Jey Uso.
So your pick's Jey Uso after all that.
Yeah. Dark Jey Uso.
All right, Josh, who you got?
Jey Uso.
Thanks.
That's it.
There's nothing else really to say because, like Bryan said it all.
All right.
I don't see Gunther keeping it after all the push.
Way to keep it entertaining, Josh.
But
Way
you
to
know what I
produce.
mean?
You're a heck of a producer.
But,
top notch.
But like I said, What else is there to say? Brian already said it all. It's
All
like
right,
Jay's
you're
already
right.
set
I did
up-
say it all.
Well,
All right, let's move on.
I'm sorry,
guys, I'm
but
going
it's
home.
like, why have a whole conversation about it?
I know. It's just I just figured you'd be more than just the name. I thought you'd do something. Like, hey, I'm really excited for this match. But all right, whatever.
All right, Mark, you go.
There's no drinking game when I say it, so why would I say it?
That's true. I also think Jey Uso's going to win. I think that they're heading towards setting up Gunther again, like I said just a minute ago, losing last year at WrestleMania, losing this year at WrestleMania, like setting up the story of him not being able to win the big match at the big moment, and then like him losing the confidence, and then having him to like rebuild his confidence, then go back and take the belt back from whoever it is that's going to have it at the time.
Yeah.
So yes, I also say Jey Uso, which means it's the first match out. We already have our first clean sweep. All right, now we're
And
moving
wait,
on to the
just
women's.
So you know, Brian, Gunther has had it for 254 days.
Yeah, that was since like the last WrestleMania.
Wow.
WWE Women's Championship. Tiffy time. Tiffany Stratton up against your angry aunt, Charlotte Flair.
Yeah. Am I going first?
We'll start with Josh.
Okay, thank you.
After, I just have to say, Charlotte is. Why do they keep trying to package her as a good person? She can't play good.
She's not playing good.
No, but like they
She
keep
isn't
trying,
good.
No, but you know what I mean. They keep trying to be like, oh, she's the queen and everything. She's
She's just a terrible
awful.
person. Yeah,
and
she's
I
terrible.
don't want her to win. So either way, I want Tiffy to win.
All right, so Josh going with Tiffy time.
Yes.
Brian, I'm asking you, even though I don't know why, but go ahead. Who are you going to tell us who's going to win?
It's going to be Tiffany time.
Yes.
I feel like this match is in place to give Tiffany Stratton a boost in her popularity. People already love her, but I feel like she's up against an OG, someone that has clout, someone that's been around the block. Unfortunately, it's Charlotte Flair. The excitement seemed to be there in the beginning, but has been slowly deflated, I feel like, over the last couple weeks. But that just puts Tiffany on a pedestal and knocks Charlotte Flair down. Tiffany for the win.
Dang it.
Why?
All right, whoever had the bingo card where they was going to miss this one.
And it's going to be a fantastic match.
Ooh, fantastic match. That's a drink.
2 drinks.
So I'm going to go with Tiffany Stratton as well, because Tiffy time, and I can't stand Charlotte at all.
Oh, I know. It's just
Yeah,
like,
nobody can. I think this is just a match to give Tiffany that boost.
oh no, but it feels like they tried to package this as the good versus the bad.
They're like handing
and-
over the torch or something,
Yeah, and
but
it's like-
Charlotte's just not.
The one. She was
She's-
not the pick for
Her
this.
her time has come and gone, and we could move on, and we don't need to have her around anymore.
Yeah.
It'll be fine. We'll be fine without her.
Yeah.
But it's like they keep.
And she could
they keep
disappear
trying
for
to
another 6 months and
But
come
that's what I
back
mean,
with a
is they
different
keep trying
face,
to
and it'll be
package
fine.
her as this like
You won't recognize her.
goddess
You won't
and
recognize her.
everything, and it's like she just.
Maybe she come back looking like Asuka next time. She came back like Carmella this time. I'm like, why not look like some other wrestler?
My God. All right, let's move on.
Just whatever. All right, now it's time for the men's U.S. title match. L.A. Knight, the champion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Up against Jacob Fatu, the Wolverine. Brian, who you got?
Even though I love my L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
I feel like Jacob Fatu has been on this like demolition derby. He's just destroying people.
Yes.
And honestly, I feel like Jacob Fatu's popularity is really popping off. And
Yeah.
he is just like any match he does, he just destroys.
Yeah.
And how is he going to fare up against LA Knight? Can LA Knight keep the belt? Now, unfortunately, one of the last pay-per-view events, LA Knight lost the belt up against Shinsuke. And that was weird because Shinsuke came in, won the belt. We were all surprised by this, and he's kind of faltered.
I think they were setting up Jacob to become the good guy, and then Shinsuke was going to be the bad guy that he was going to have to take out. But unfortunately, Shinsuke's brother passed away, and then Shinsuke had to go take care of that, and he's still taking care of that. So now they've had to put LA Knight back in there, and so it's like a weird, like a new upcoming good guy up against an over guy. It's kind of a weird vibe.
So, I'm going to say Jacob Fatu is going to win it because I feel like story-wise it makes sense because then he becomes more he becomes bigger
Yes.
than the bloodline.
Yeah.
And the bloodline's kind of broken up.
Yes.
They're kind of all
They're
over
kinda
the
done.
place.
It's over and done with.
So Jacob Fatu
Yeah.
becoming, and that could actually lead him up against Solo, Sikoa,
Yes.
or whoever.
Yeah.
And LA Knight, I think his popularity is still going to be great. People are going to be upset that he loses the belt, but it's LA
Yeah,
Knight.
he could slide into like that Cody Rhodes territory of like going up against the
Yeah.
champion like he was before with Roman.
Right.
Like be that like next guy kind of thing.
So I think the first upset of WrestleMania will be Jacob Fatu
First
winning.
title change.
Yeah.
All right. Who you got, Josh?
Because I'm actually going to talk about it because you trashed me about it. I agree with Brian. A lot of the same stuff. It makes sense for the story. It pushes the bloodline narrative of Solo versus Jacob forward. It almost feels like this was the plan, but not with LA Knight because of the Shinsuke stuff.
Yeah.
So I agree. It's gonna be Jacob. That's my pick.
I also agree. I think it's going to be Jacob Fatu to take down the win.
That's
We're
3?
3 clean sweeps in a row.
Jeez.
What's
Man.
even weirder about that is we didn't talk at all.
We've not
About
talked
this,
about it
but
all.
it just-
I didn't
no.
even talk to Matt Ryan about this yesterday, and he'll tell you when you talk to him. Like, I refuse to tell him anything because I'm like, I'm saving it all for tomorrow
Yeah.
because I don't want to like let anything out and then be like, he did get my J pick on the way home, and he got my other pick for the other big championship.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go into anything else because I'm like, I don't want to like put it out there and then
Yeah.
like waste the good thoughts I've been saving up to then like not be able to use them. But anyways, so next up, our first non-championship match of WrestleMania, El Grande Americano
I love that name.
up against Rey Mysterio.
Sounds like a bad Taco Bell idea.
Yeah, it
That's
does.
what it's supposed to be
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll start with Josh on this one. Who you got? And I spelled Ray wrong.
Yeah, I was
on
just
here, but that's fine. I just
you
noticed
beat me
it.
to it. I was gonna say.
I just noticed it just now. I just looked down.
Like,
That's what you get for typing a lot. There's a lot of matches I had to go
No, I
through
know.
and
Yeah,
write
that's
down.
fine.
all these.
Well,
Nobody would have known, except for us.
well,
Well, it's on
he
the Facebook
released it,
wrong,
so
so-
everyone
Oh.
would know.
Yeah, everyone sees it. That's fine.
I'm just getting sick and tired of this, and I want Ray to just destroy this whole thing and rip the mask off, because it's
That's what this is for. This is a pop. This is a pop
right.
match.
This
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
it's a pop match
It's
just to be like,
it's a bathroom. Go to the bathroom, get a snack, concession stand match, and then have the big pop at the end with the reveal of it being Chad Gable. Surprise, surprise.
Or
And
either
someone
that,
else.
either
Or have it
that,
being, yeah.
no, either that,
or being someone completely
or
different.
they pull the mask off at someone completely different, and
Yeah.
everyone's just like, the hell,
yeah, and then you have to like. Then that
Then-
guy joins
right?
American Made, and then you have to go through who.
I have my
Yeah.
theories, but anyway.
Yeah.
Go on,
But
Josh.
that's what I'm hoping is,
Yeah.
no matter what happens, that we get rid of this stupid El Grande
Yeah.
bullcrap,
Americano.
and Ray wins.
All right, Josh, you got Ray. Brian, who you got?
So,
Do we add the bonus point of who we think El Grande Americano is?
well,
Like a 1 point bonus point?
I don't think it's Chad Gable because he's taller. Chad Gable's short, and this guy's tall. And I'm not saying every time we've seen him it wasn't Chad Gable. All I'm saying is the last time he wrestled, he looked taller.
See that's
That's the only thing I'm
that's where
noticing.
I'm having the idea of they do slip somebody else into that mask, because the last match didn't feel like it was Chad.
No, it didn't. He was
But,
taller.
yeah, so I don't know. That's what I mean. It's like, do they go full bore and go, no, it is Chad, and just end it? Or do they set up a whole thing of, oh no, it wasn't Chad?
I don't
So
think it's
we're
gonna
all
be Chad.
wrong.
I don't think
Yeah.
it's going to be Chad.
I don't know, Mark. I don't know if it's if it's enough of a thing to
We
make
used to
it
do
a
Chad,
bonus.
no Chad.
Yeah,
But I
you
wouldn't
get a
make
point
it-
if you get it right.
Yeah.
It could be a good
But I
bonus
don't know
point.
if it's even worth it to,
But the bonus point,
You're the one that's far behind. You figured you want more chances to get points.
because I don't know if what makes sense.
It's just a fun bonus point.
Yeah.
If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
bonus point if you Chad,
no
no
Chad.
Chad.
It is Chad. It's Chad.
All
Write
right.
that on your sheet.
I'll write it down.
Yeah.
All right, for me,
So first off, Chad, no Chad.
it's not Chad.
Okay, so no Chad for Brian.
No Chad.
All right, who you got for the winner?
For the winner, I think Rey Mysterio is See, Rey Mysterio is getting old. All these new guys are coming in to kind of take his place, I feel like, right now. I think Rey Mysterio, he's going to win because he's going to try to take up the mask, and it would have a good pop at WrestleMania. So I'm going to give it to Rey. I think we're going to find out who it's going to be. And my bonus point is no Chad.
All right. I'm going to go with Chad. Because it's like just easy, get it over with. This is a throwaway storyline that they just need to do something to get Rey in the show. So, and Rey Mysterio is gonna win.
Yeah,
he's gonna pull the mask off. It's Chad. Everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, it was Chad this whole time. Who would have thought?" And then it's just over and done with. And then Chad runs away, like
embarrassed,
covering his face and the whole thing.
I was just thinking, how funny would it be though if he El Grande wins?
Yeah.
And Ray gets pissed and rips the mask off, and then it was revealed that way.
Yeah, that could happen.
Either way, it could happen.
No,
that
that's
way,
what I mean.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that would be a pick of mine.
Yeah.
But it would be just something to just make it even more awkward. Oh wow, this newcomer wins.
Yeah.
And then they rip the mask. Going, oh, it is Chad. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right, moving on. The WWE World Tag Team titles. War Raiders are the champions. And they're up against the New Day.
The New Day.
The New Day. And we'll go to Bryan with the pick.
Unfortunately, SmackDown is condensed for me. I can't watch the whole thing. The storyline between the New Day, their heel turn in the last couple months, and the War Raiders, who have just come in and just destroyed.
This is Raw, by the way, not SmackDown.
I thought the War Raiders. Oh yeah, you're right. Who were on SmackDown though? Wasn't New Day
Motor
at
City
SmackDown?
Machine Guns.
Oh, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yes. So it's not condensed for you. You've seen this whole storyline.
I have. Oh my God! It's all mush. It's all blur. Wait a minute though. No. My defense.
Like,
recently,
what?
they have had them mixing up on other shows when they're in Europe. They have been.
No.
I swear to God, I watched on
It was on Netflix.
YouTube.
It was on Netflix the whole time.
Nope, it was a nope.
It was Netflix the whole time. They're raw stars.
Well, then my brain is just
As soon as you start talking, I'm like,
You're
what are you talking about?
thinking the wrong thing
condensed?
completely.
wow. What am I?
Yeah, Tony
thinking?
Hinchcliffe was in the
Yeah,
storyline.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I remember that now.
Yeah.
Maybe I just try to block that out. Maybe.
Because they debuted Kill Tony on Netflix.
I blocked it out.
Yeah.
My bad. I think it's just all a blur.
Really shows how well they've been ruining this storyline. If you don't remember anything about it.
I think the War Raiders.
It's condensed. I don't see much about it.
I
Like fast forward during their segments.
Maybe I peed. I don't know. The War Raiders.
Hopefully in the bathroom.
I just peed all over.
Just peed right now.
You know what? I think the War Raiders keep it. I think this keeps the New Day, the heel turn moving momentum.
Okay.
Because I feel like if they win it, it's too soon.
Okay. So you're going with New Day?
No, the War Raiders.
Oh, you're going with War Raiders.
Keep it.
Gotcha. All right, Josh, who you got?
I don't want it to happen because it doesn't make sense in my mind.
Yeah.
But I have a feeling the New Day's going to win.
Okay.
Just to set up this heel tag team and just after the last few matches and the way they ended, either they're going to cheat and win or something's going to happen and they're going to end up winning I don't know if it's a distraction or something, but New Day's going to win it. I just think it.
Okay. So I'm on two minds of this one. This is one of the tougher matches in the whole card I've thought so far. I think the New Day will win because it's just the way the story is going. It makes sense. I do think there's a possibility that they don't win, and it could be Big E comes out, costs them the championship win, but that makes not as much sense because he's injured supposedly still.
Yeah.
Or Big E comes out, acts like he's going to cost them the win, but then actually helps them win, and then joins the Dark New Day and becomes their manager as Dark New Day.
I was honestly, that was one of the things that was in the back of my head. That's why I was like,
Because they've been bringing his name up a lot.
But
Yeah.
the way they've been talking about how Biggie ran away on it, Biggie hasn't helped us.
Yeah.
Biggie,
They hate
left
him.
us in a lurch.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised he doesn't come out and
And then
pretend to be like
Tony mentioned to kill Tony guy mentioned him and about the neck and everything. So it's
Yeah.
like they're keeping his name in the mix for a reason.
Yes, yes.
If he wasn't going to be involved, they wouldn't bring his name up so much.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Good point.
So I'm going with New Day. This might be our first non-agreed
Yes,
match.
it is.
Yeah.
So there's
The
a possible
only
point
other thing we didn't
gain
agree
or
on was
loss.
the no Chad.
Yeah, well, that's just a bonus point, but that's whatever.
As long as
All
we
right.
have a hanging Chad, we should be okay.
That is true. Our next match is another non-championship match. A lot of championships going on during the WrestleMania, which is how it usually is.
Yeah.
It's
but
the
even
blood
just on
feud
first day,
between Naomi and Jade Cargill. Who you got, Brian?
This is going to be a good match.
Oh, it's been a while. 3 matches since you've mentioned it. You had a lot of time to recover.
I've said this since I started watching wrestling last year. I said Jade Cargill needs to be single wrestling, not tag team. And she is finally.
Well, it took her a bit. She had to get her feet wet and get
She had a good
accustomed to
story. She got beat up.
Yeah.
She came back. She's on the warpath.
Yes.
Naomi is just a person in that warpath
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
So I feel like for WrestleMania, I think they're going to give it to Jade on this one because it's going to boost her up even more. There's no belt involved, but
No,
I
there's
feel
nothing
like
involved.
this is more personal revenge,
Yes.
getting back what was done to
Gotcha.
her. So
All
I think
right.
Jade wins.
Jade Cargill. Josh, who you got?
I agree. It doesn't make sense to have Jade go through all that because she was hurt for not like badly hurt, but she did tweak something. That's why she was gone for that.
Yeah,
bit.
she was out with some kind of
Yeah.
hip flexor or some
So
random
I wouldn't.
injury.
It wouldn't make sense to have her be gone for a certain amount of time, to come back and wreck house at Elimination Chamber.
Yes,
To have her lose at WrestleMania,
exactly.
it just doesn't make sense in my mind. So
Gotcha.
I think
So you're going
Jade's
with
gonna
Jade.
win. Yeah.
I agree. I'm going to go with Jade. Moving on.
Okay. Story-wise, it
It's-
makes the most
Yes,
sense.
we're getting
good
farther
story
along here
stuff,
than we
but
need to be, but
it's a match to
Yes.
help fill the card.
exactly. So next up is the already announced as the main event for Saturday night. It's the Paul Heyman on a pole match between CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. And this is only a 1-point match because there's no belt on the line. So we'll start with Brian. Who do you think is going to win this one?
This storyline I'm really into. I love CM Punk. Seth Rollins has been very entertaining to watch. Roman Reigns has been working out his facial muscles with all those face looks. He always does like the different looks with his face. His whole acting is in his face. But the Paul Heyman stuff I think is interesting. It's a lot of fun. He is a great actor. The guy knows how to sell. It's fantastic.
Paul Heyman is wrestling.
Yeah, he is the epitome of wrestling. Like him going, yes, like he's doing all that, and then it is like cinema. You have that meme of Scorsese, cinema. This is cinema. This is wrestling. I think personally, I want to see CM Punk win. I think that we saw CM Punk and Seth Rollins on the first night of Netflix Monday Night Raw. CM Punk won. Roman Reigns, I forgot to look this up. I don't think they've had a match together, and I don't know if they had, who had won, what is their history together. But I believe CM Punk's going to win because this is one pin, right?
Yes.
And I think this one pin could be between CM Punk and Seth Rollins. And Roman Reigns doesn't really have to take the L to lose it. So for me, CM Punk, I think it's been so entertaining with the three of them. So there's my pick. CM Punk.
Gotcha. I didn't even know after all that who your pick was. All right, Josh, who you got?
I know, I gave you a lot.
You got a lot there.
Well, I wanted to look it up. It looks like the last time CM Punk and Roman Reigns fought
Yes.
was in 2014.
Yes.
Oh, gee.
I think that's other than the Bloodline.
Well, they fought together though.
Right, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the last time they were in a ring together.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last time they fought was 2014.
Yes.
So
It was the
That's-
beginning of the Shield storyline
yeah.
when the Shield turned on CM Punk.
Yeah, because he was supposed to be. They were supposed to be his bodyguard.
He brought them in,
Yeah.
to take out people for him.
Which is sort of funny how now this is.
Yes, this is the whole story and the backstory of all that. Yes.
But
Anyway, your pick is
CM Punk.
wow. Okay.
I've been thinking about this, and it's like, what makes the most sense with these three? And it makes more sense for CM Punk to win. And I almost have a feeling somehow it's going to be one of either Seth takes out Roman or Roman takes out Seth along the lines of,
Yeah.
Cody.
Yeah.
And their rivalry ends up making the other person making CM Punk win.
Yeah.
So that's my thought.
Gotcha. So I've gone on back and forth on this one.
It's a tough one.
I have a lot of theories on what they think they're going to do, but where this match is placed, I think there's only one answer. So this might tip off a future pick, but we'll see. Stay tuned. I think CM Punk will take down the win.
Wow. You agree with us.
I do.
How so?
I'll tell you more about that later.
Okay. Well, there's also, I think, you also have this favor that still hasn't really come out.
Oh, the Seth favor. I don't know if that's.
Well, they did not that was a favor that CM Punk had with
Paul
Heyman.
No. Remember, Paul was on the ground and he was going to get curb stomped by Seth.
Yeah.
Now
And
Seth says you owe
Seth
me a
pulled it
favor.
off
Yes.
and it went,
But-
now you owe me a favor.
Yeah, but
There's
I mean,
a lot of favors going around now.
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
that's
think it's going to be. Yeah, I don't
I
think
think
it's
that's a
gonna be an
curve
active
that they're
fun
trying to
thing,
throw out
but
there,
yeah.
but that's not really anything.
Yeah.
But
if
not for
anything,
this.
it's a way to just put more.
yeah, more
pressure
intrigue
on Paul.
into
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But all right, moving on to Sunday. First match out
I
the
hate
box.
Sunday. Can I just say that now? Sunday is. I don't like it.
Why?
Because I really don't know who's going to win, and I still haven't written down two of my picks because I don't know.
All right.
we'll
Well,
get there when we get there.
Yeah, I believe me. I am in the
So
same boat
first
as you are.
off, we have the match between the whatever happens match. Logan Paul up against AJ Styles.
This is the people are going to show up late, so
Yeah.
we'll put this there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian, who you got?
Now this one is the first match I really don't care who wins. But I don't want Logan Paul to win.
Every time,
Paul Logan.
every time, Brian, every
They need a
time.
bigger knife.
Paul Logan.
I'm waiting for you to
I
start
need a
calling him
bigger
John
knife. No, this is
Paul.
what I call it. That's Paul Hogan. That's Paul Hogan.
Paul London.
Paul London.
Hold on a second.
Oh my God, Brian!
All right.
Boy.
It's probably a good thing you don't watch any of the shows because you can barely remember the names and the matches.
No,
that
this
happen
but
at
this is
the
Monday Night
shows.
Raw stuff. I watch Monday Night Raw. This
Wait, you
do.
don't.
this is
No, New Day.
I forgot that New Day because New Day used to be on SmackDown way before when.
Again,
6 months ago.
Brian. This is why I should stop suggesting you watching other shows because you can barely
You can
remember
barely
the
watch
shows
the
you
one
do
that
I
you have
can
to watch
barely
every week.
remember my name. Okay. Or Paul Logan's name.
Okay,
Or Logan
Anthony.
Paul's name. I did that on purpose. I know.
Okay, Anthony.
All right. Paul Logan versus J.A. Styles. This is not the most intriguing match. It's kind
just
of
a match.
You don't
it's
even
just
know
a
the
match.
guy's name. That's how bad the match is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for AJ Styles because I just don't want
Yeah.
Logan Paul to win.
Gotcha.
Hey, you got it right.
But I don't know who's gonna win. But
All right, Josh, who you got?
AJ, because I can't stand Logan Paul, and I wish they would get rid of him from wrestling because, like, he's a good wrestler, but everything else beside that just makes me.
He was
not
brought
care.
in a different time frame.
But even still, he was like he does do good matches, but
No, but I'm saying he was brought in by a different
I know.
regime, and I think doesn't jive with the new regime the same way that he would have jived with the old regime.
Well, that's
like
what
you don't
I'm
really
saying,
need
even
him
still-
for the social media pops that you needed him for at the beginning.
If it wasn't Logan Paul, I think it would be a good internet, promotion cross thing. But it being Logan Paul just makes it awful.
It's just he's just a skeevy
Nobody
dude.
likes him.
Yeah, no one and then no one over 20 something likes him. All right, AJ Styles. I don't need to talk about it any longer than that. Moving on, this is the match that we're not sure if it's happening or not.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to ask you about with this one.
I know you were saying that the WWE is saying that
The
there's not getting a match.
WWE has released saying they are not.
but
he's not having a match.
They've set it up so many different ways that there's something happening.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So I don't know what's gonna happen, but I have a feeling something's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna leave this as see what happens.
That's what I was going to say is,
We're not even gonna pick it because there's no point to pick it yet.
Pick it?
So Randy Orton might have a match, might not have a match. So if Randy Orton does end up having a match,
we'll text you.
We'll text. They'll figure it out, and we'll get that added.
Okay.
But right now, we're just gonna leave it as a placeholder to see if he ends up with a match.
This is my thing. Is
he was supposed to have a match with Kevin Owens. Unfortunately, Kevin Owens has had neck problems recently, and if you're not following along, they did an exam and found out he needed to have full-on neck surgery, which he just had successful neck surgery, and they said that he could be back between 12 to 18 months. So,
and
the
a
good
part
thing
of me
is,
doesn't believe any of that. I'll tell you that. I have a weird feeling there's something more. I feel like there's something more going on.
Going off the interviews? No.
I agree.
I feel like this is all a setup.
I've never seen someone who have a neck surgery who after neck surgery didn't have a neck brace on.
Oh, you saw those photos?
Well, yeah.
Those are AI photos.
Those are
his
AI
hair gel. His hair was made up. There was a bandage on his gown.
Yeah.
The bandage was on the gown, not on his chest.
Yeah.
Like those images that were released not by WWE, by some other third party.
Yeah.
I just call BS on it.
Yeah.
Those are not real photos.
Yeah.
Because nobody has surgery and their hair is up. His hair should be disheveled. His 5 o'clock shadow should be going on. It looks like he's ready to go out. It makes no sense.
Yeah. So
I don't believe him.
I don't know.
I feel like there's something going on.
We'll see what happens. But Randy Orton's floating out there with a possible match at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Moving on. The big match, first big match on Sunday, the WWE Intercontinental Championship, the men's side. Braun Breaker, the champion, up against Penta, up against Finn Balor, up against the Dirty Dom, Dominic Mysterio. Brian, who you got?
This match, you know what Josh said about tough? This is tough. Also, this is going to be a great match.
All right, knock it down, everybody. First drink on the Sunday.
Penta has been propped up. He has wrestled every Monday night, and he's won every match except for that one, which was a tag team match.
Yes.
Braun Breaker, obviously, he's very talented.
He's wanted for murder. He killed Carlito last Monday.
My God. That guy flew 30 feet.
Best tweet ever. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah.
Carlito put out a thing saying thank you everybody for the kind words after my death on Monday.
Yeah.
You could send out cards and things to my house.
That's hilarious.
It was very. Please, during this time, please give my family and friends
Should we mail him
to be able
apples?
to.
That
was good.
But honestly,
off his feet, like a good 5 feet away from him.
This, I'm so glad this happened in the current Netflix era, because that drone shot,
them going
of
down,
him coming down, and then it looks like he was
just inches away from decapitating Carlito.
Yeah.
My God, that was amazing.
But they're doing a great job with this one because you have a by accident Braun Breaker hit Penta by accident.
Yeah.
So you create tension between them.
It's a good setup.
Yeah, good setup.
Got Finn's jumping them on Friday night.
Finn Monday night is going to Dominic. don't listen to what they're saying. That you suck. You're stupid. You don't know what you're doing. He's like putting doubt in Dominic's head. There's already some sort of divide with Judgment Day. They want to get another person. Finn Balor's pushing back. Also, they're not getting along.
Yeah.
I feel like if Finn were to get the belt, which there's a good chance, that could cause more divide in Judgment Day. If Dominic, I don't really see him getting the belt, but if Dominic is the reason that Finn loses the belt, it creates more friction.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Braun Breaker keeps it or Penta gets it. But Finn Balor,
You got to pick one, Brian.
This is so tough.
Oh, I know.
This one is so tough.
Like I said, Brian, this is the one of the matches I don't have written down yet.
You know what?
Just got to pick one.
I feel like it's a better story.
You got a 25% chance of being right.
I have it's a better story if Finn Balor loses this belt because Dominic messes up for him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's really between Penta and Braun Breaker.
Okay.
And I think right now Penta's, if you gave him the belt just briefly, it'd give him a bigger pop. I'm gonna go for Penta.
All right. Josh, who's your pick?
Same problem Brian was having. I literally even entertained the idea of Dom winning.
Yeah, sort of.
Just so him and Liv could be champions.
Ooh.
And then being like, yeah, see, this is why we need another person because I'm the mastermind.
Yeah.
And Finn going apeshit.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, it really doesn't make sense to have Dom with this belt because whoever becomes the number one contender, it would just destroy him.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense to have Dom win it for a month.
Right. Exactly.
Have the night after WrestleMania, which that's my other thought is, could you imagine Dom winning it and then the night after WrestleMania, him losing it to Finn?
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like, that's what I'm like,
It's a tough one.
Just got to pick one.
you know what? I'm doing it. Dom. I'm doing it.
Wow.
I'm gonna do it.
It's
I'm
the
gonna
wild
do it.
card.
Wow,
Yeah.
going bold.
I'm doing it. I just tucked myself into it.
I see all the thoughts you guys have, and I validate they're all good thoughts. Braun Breaker is going to destroy all these guys.
Wow. Okay. That's my second choice.
Exactly. That's what I was thinking. But I'm like, why put Braun Breaker into a 4-way match? Other than he would destroy them all, but it felt like it's setting up for him to lose the belt just to.
It could be a thing. There's the thing of also in the back of my head, like, they could do the thing where someone else, he's outside the ring and someone else gets pinned and that's how he loses the belt. So it's not him technically losing the belt.
Right.
And then that he has to go back after the person to then take the belt back. But they've already done that with Jay. And it's like, you don't want to go back to that same trail, thing again. And, it makes more sense for Finn to get about to win and then Penta knocks Dom into Finn, causing Finn to lose. And then it starts the dissolution of the Judgment Day. And then JD comes back and Penta's going to get moved to SmackDown, the team with Phoenix to become the Lucha Brothers. So that's going to happen in the relatively new future, probably the next time they shuffle people around. So for me, it's just Braun's just the easy pick. And
okay,
if I lose 2 points, lose 2 points.
My other thought is I've been wanting them to kill Judgment Day for so long that they're not going to. So, okay, let's just go crazy with it.
Let's just go crazy. If we're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Women's World Championship. It's the champion, Io Sky, up against Bianca Belair. And need to be on WrestleMania because why else would you have her around? Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
Brian, who you got?
It's weird. I think Io Sky keeps it. Only because I think Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley, I don't really like what they're doing with Rhea right now. They're making her and Bianca really have this feud, and I almost feel like she has her eyes are off the prize. Her eyes are just on Bianca, and they keep pushing Sky away. Like she doesn't matter.
Yes.
She's not a threat.
Yes.
So they're butting heads, and Sky is just like, I'm the champion, and you guys don't care about me.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be the downfall. I don't really like this direction they're taking her because I think she's better than this.
Yeah.
And I think in any other world, I would have said Rhea gets the belt back. But I feel like they're really playing into the fact that these two are going to ignore Sky. And I think that's going to allow her to keep the belt. Now, I have one stupid question because it's for the belt. Is it one pin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if it would be
you're
two
in the-
pin
you're in
because
the-
it's for
you're
the
in the-
champion.
the-
No. Just like a regular.
It's a
Just like the
triple
four-way
threat
matches.
match. So whoever pins
The triple
wins.
threat.
I think Io Sky can take down one of these and win it because they're not paying attention to her. I think that's what's going to happen.
All right.
So,
Io Sky.
yeah, she keeps it.
Josh, who you got?
I think the same thing. I think it doesn't make sense to have Io lose it in this situation because you've set it up that they are ignoring her.
They
She's
are.
not worth it.
Yeah.
So, but she's champion, so you have to pay attention to her. It just makes more sense in this match to have Io win it because Bianca and Rhea take each other out.
Okay. I'm just going to play it safe here and go Io Sky.
Wow. All right. Clean sweep.
It's because, like I said, it's one of those things of
Well, there's a part of me that wants to be adventurous, but there's also parts of me that wants that belt. So
Yeah,
I got to
yeah.
play some of this.
right.
Yeah.
I could play around with a couple things, but I can't go too crazy.
I know. That's a 2-pointer.
It's a 2-pointer, too. 2-pointers are a little bit different than the other ones. Next up, we have the Las Vegas Sin City Street Fight. Damian Priest up against Drew McIntyre.
Ooh, this is going to be a good
So
match.
that's that,
Ooh, what's the,
what have they established? What? It's just a street fight.
It's a street fight.
Yeah, there's like nothing.
They
No
can do-
rules.
No rules.
You can do anything you want. So we'll go to Josh. Who do you think's going to win this one? Damian Priest, Drew McIntyre.
This is another one I wasn't sure about, but
Damian Priest,
it makes more sense in my mind
Drew McIntyre.
to have Damien win. I don't know why. It just makes, for some reason, I'm leaning towards Damien winning, and it starts setting up him going after another belt. Because I have a feeling the Drew stuff, it makes more sense in my mind for Drew to lose and then get mad with my other pick of CM Punk winning and him trying to think he deserves to go after that. But then my brain went, oh, but what if him winning makes him the number one contender to go after him?
Well,
I'm like,
Punk
that
doesn't have a belt.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling they're going to have him lose and then work his way up again.
Okay.
Get Damien win.
So Damian Priest is your pick?
Yeah.
All right. Brian, who you got?
It's a tough one. This is on SmackDown. I don't see everything.
Very good.
Dude, my brain's a mush when it comes to all this. Like, I everything Josh said, he's right. I mean, but I want to be different, and this is one point. I feel like we're kind of repeating CM Punk and Drew McIntyre, now Damian Priest and Drew, and I kind of like these two battling it out. I think they're good one-on-one. They stack up nicely. I think we had the eye thing. His eye's fine. Surprise, surprise. I could see this being dragged on longer. I could see Drew winning this, them having a rematch at Backlash, and then Damian Priest wins that one. I'm giving it to Drew.
All right. I think you're right, Brian, because I don't know if you saw this in the recap stuff from SmackDown, but after Drew beat Damian down, he stole his necklace
Yes.
because Drew has a jewelry fetish.
Yes, I saw that. I'm like, oh, it's the
So it's the thing all over again. It's a bracelet all over again.
Yes.
So I think just because of that, and I was like, oh, here we go again.
I thought the same thing.
That Drew's gonna win, and then they'll backlash. Will be Damian again.
Yeah.
Necklace on a pole match or something.
Yeah.
But that's also why.
Jewelry.
But that's also why I think, in the back of my mind, Damon's going to win and take his necklace back, and then it becomes the whole thing.
Yes.
Again.
Yes.
That's
You're
why
right.
I was. You
it
know what
could
I mean?
go either way, but
Yeah.
I feel like this could be dragged out to backlash.
It's definitely one of those things that
Yeah.
it's definitely going to be another match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Women's WWE Tag Team titles. Brian's favorite, Liv Morgan.
Yep.
Calm down. And Raquel Rodriguez, the champions, up against Bayley and Miss Personality herself, Lyra Valkyria.
When was this announced?
Monday night. They had the Friday night. They had the
I was
gauntlet.
gonna
It
say-
was Friday.
They won the gauntlet match.
Oh,
Lyra and Bayley won the gauntlet match.
I saw that, but
They started it, and they went all the way through against a bunch of random teams and won.
it's funny because I'm sure that match went like 8-10 minutes.
Oh, it went a long time.
Because on YouTube
Like,
it was 3 minutes.
it was like 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, on
20
YouTube
almost
I
25
just got a
It was
3-minute
long
recap.
match,
Yeah, it was a long time.
So,
It was like Pure Fusion Collective was in it.
oh
They came
wow,
out to Pure Fusion
Which
Collective
I have
was
to
their
say,
name.
I wish they rebranded them because calling them Pure Fusion Collective just
Yeah, the PFCs.
seems weird.
Yeah, it seems weird.
yeah.
Secret Hervis was one of the teams.
Okay, I did see the
Daphne, not Daphne, the Renee Dupree and
yes, I saw that too.
yeah.
Dupree and
Dupree and
what's her face?
Natalia,
Natalia.
yeah.
Yeah, they came out.
Michin and BFAB.
Oh, okay.
It really showed the lack of tag teams in the women's
For
division.
women,
Yeah,
yeah.
there's
That they're
definitely,
lately just throwing
there's
things
definitely
together.
no women's
Yeah.
tag teams.
Yeah, they're
that
just
are
throwing stuff
active.
together. And the Party Girls were there.
Okay.
Candace, Kaden, and Casey, whatever her names are.
So who's going first on this?
You can go, Brian, since Liv Morgan's your favorite.
I'm gonna say Liv Morgan
Of course you are.
and Rodriguez, only because it like okay, Lyra has a belt. I don't think they're gonna give her 2 belts. And
She ain't Becky.
yeah, and Bayley, I feel like them teaming them up together is gonna give Lyra more of a boost. I will say on Monday night, their match, Lyra's match was really good. But when she walked out, when they showed her behind the scenes, she just looked like a big dirt. She's like, I'm gonna go out and wrestle tonight. Yeah. Like she just like there was nothing there. There's nothing.
There's nothing. It's a blank piece of paper.
Yeah. It's just sad. But she's so talented.
She's very, like I was
Very
talking about Ryan about
good.
yesterday, she's very technically talented. She just has no personality.
And it was Bayley. She wrestled on
Yes.
Monday. And I thought them two together, fantastic.
Yes.
Putting them as a tag team, fantastic.
Yes.
I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah.
Because you're not going to
Okay.
give Vanilla Ice Cream 2 belts. Sorry.
That's good. That's a good one. Nice job. All right, Josh, who you got?
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, why? You had them fight on Monday against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're best friends,
Can they coexist?
and they're gonna fight.
Might
This is
be,
the classic
Yeah.
WWE. Can they coexist?
it might be a test run to see if they're a good tag team and maybe just get them as a tag team.
Might be.
But that's what I mean, but
Might
it doesn't make sense to put a belt on them.
Yeah.
It also doesn't make sense to have them in WrestleMania.
So your pick is
Liv and Raquel because
Okay.
it doesn't make sense.
okay.
Yeah.
So the truth is to this Bayley Lyra Valkyria situation is Bayley was supposed to be Becky Lynch.
Oh, I figured that much.
Becky Lynch ended up not being able to be involved because she got the Happy Gilmore role, and so she couldn't be a part of it because she's gonna have to be doing. She was doing
She's doing press.
filming,
Mm.
so she couldn't do.
Well, she was
She
at improv this weekend.
Yeah,
She's
but she
doing
couldn't
improv.
prepare to come back in time to be ready for WrestleMania.
Well, you say
So
at the improv
Bayley
show.
was thrown into this spot.
At the improv show, someone asked, "Are you coming back to wrestling?" She goes, "Not anytime soon. I might be
Yeah.
done for now."
I honestly,
That's all she said.
I honestly think something happened.
She had a
and
kid.
she couldn't come back.
No, she had a kid.
No, but like,
She also got the job. She's on the new Star Trek TV show
Yeah.
too, so she's on
so
that.
that's what I mean. It's like
So she like her
there's too
acting
much stuff going
took
on
off
right now
Yeah.
for her to.
faster than she expected it to be.
Yeah.
So this is why this Bailey Lyra Valkyria situation's going on.
It does. I have to agree. I do understand. Like Lyra did go. Like they set that up with her posting a picture of her going to Bailey's. I can't remember if it was an autograph signing or a meet and greet.
Something like that.
So
yeah.
but it just.
Yeah. I think it's going to be Liv and Raquel. Because I think Bailey's going to turn on Lyra and become Bad Bailey again.
No.
Yes. Bad Bailey's back, baby.
I don't know. I don't believe that one.
Because that's what I want. I don't want this good Bailey. This good Bailey sucks.
I like Bailey overall, but I don't know. I think her and Lyra make a good
It's
tag
the only
team.
way to bring that belt more attention. The Lyra's Intercontinental Championship. Right now, there's like there's nothing going on.
Yeah, I know.
Where if she at least had Bailey to go against and Bailey going after her instead of just like the kind Bailey fighting her.
Yeah.
That's also
It made no
my
sense.
other thought was them losing sets up because you had them fight Monday,
Yes.
then you have them fight team together. So it's
Yeah.
like that doesn't.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it as a way to
Break them apart to then cause
and
a
then
rivalry.
have Bailey be the Roman Reigns type figure
Yeah.
to the inexperienced
Yes.
and to help push her
Yeah.
potential,
Yeah.
then yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. It's now time for the biggest match
Yeah.
of the whole weekend. The main event of WrestleMania. The men's WWE Championship. The champion, Cody Rhodes, up against the 16-time champion, John Cena.
John Cena.
This is getting good with these two.
So we'll go to Brian. Who do you got?
Okay, this is how I see it. I think Cody Rhodes keeps it. I think John Cena. I think this is just Cody Rhodes will have the belt for another year. I really believe it. I think he still has the popularity. People still love him. I think he's still entertaining. I think he's still great to have the big belt. I think the whole China. John Cena.
Gina.
I put John Cena
Terrific.
together, okay? I said Gina. All right.
Yes.
John Cena turning heel is a big deal for a lot of people the first time. We all know this. It's been very entertaining. I think that John Cena has threatened the belt. He's saying he's going to take it home. No one will ever have it ever again. It will be the end of wrestling as you know it. And I just don't see that happening. I think Cody Rhodes wins for the people. He wins for the belt. But I do believe, even though Cody Rhodes wins this, I think The Rock shows up. I think shenanigans happen. And I believe this leads to something else. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if John Cena turns good again somewhere down the road, like something happens. But I just have a hard time believing that Cody Rhodes will lose to John Cena, and John Cena will have a belt while he's retiring, like this being his last year. I don't know. I see Cody Rhodes keeping it, and I think this drags out the beef between these two for the next year. So Cody Rhodes.
All right. Josh, who you got?
John Cena.
Wow.
I just have a feeling no matter what happens, whether it's people getting involved like last WrestleMania or whatever, John Cena wins. He's standing in the center of the ring, being the evil guy with The Rock. And then CM Punk comes out. And we have that battle because CM Punk and John Cena is going to be the last match for Cena's career. That's my thought.
Interesting. So you're saying John Cena is going to win?
Yes.
And CM Punk is
It's
going to
gonna
come
come
out.
Yeah.
Now, do you say that because of what happened at the
No.
Royal Rumble or War Games
No, I just
or Elimination Chamber?
Going into history,
Mm-hmm.
and I hand this off to the professor.
All right.
Sir.
Give me the.
Yeah.
John Cena's going to win.
Yeah.
The reason why John Cena is going to win is because what you said, John Cena said. That he's going to win the belt, and he's going to take it home with him, and he's going to take wrestling with him.
Yeah.
What Josh said is true. I think CM Punk is going to come out after, which is then now me thinking that CM Punk won't win Saturday, but that's a whole nother thing. But he still might. But
I think him winning sets it up better.
him winning sets it up better because he's already like got the high of winning a main event at WrestleMania. And that this is going to be your ongoing battle to SummerSlam of CM Punk going after John Cena to save wrestling, because CM Punk's the guy who, when CM Punk left WWE in the first place, left with the belt.
Can I just
And then came back, and John Cena was the champion.
Yeah.
And John Cena had what they said was the fake championship.
Circle the
No, he had a regular championship belt.
No,
this
Mark,
belt right here,
Mark,
actually.
No, Mark. CM Punk left with the spinner belt.
Yes.
I thought Cena created the spinner belt.
On
though.
that
No, it was during
when
that
he came
time frame.
back,
He came back. Cena had already had another belt.
No, Cena had won the fake spinner belt
Yes.
in a match on Raw.
Yes.
And he was in the center of the ring, and he was winning.
And then the
that's
music
when
hit,
the music
and CM
hit
Punk came out with the other belt, the original belt.
That's why that,
Yeah.
with Cody pointing it out,
Yes.
and it's sitting on, because that was a brand new
Yes, spinner belt.
That wasn't the old spinner belt,
Yes, because it had the
That's
new
a-
logo.
but it was also brand, like they had made a
Yeah,
new
well, they had to
spinner belt.
because the old one had the WWF logo on it.
No,
so.
no, it had the WWE logo. Remember, they had a WWE one because that's one that came back. It was a WWE.
Let's go to the
Whichever.
footage.
Whichever, anyways.
It's not.
Anyways, here nor there. But I think that's the story that they're going to go
Yeah.
with. Is that this is going to be CM Punk's going to go after John Cena to have that battle,
Interesting.
and then he's going to lose at SummerSlam or somewhere down the line to CM Punk. He's going to win the belt, and then they're going to transfer that story of line of CM Punk, of Cena leaving and having to like re-find himself, and he's going to get kicked out of existence in his last match by Randy Orton.
Who? John Cena?
Yes, Randy Orton's going to kick him to oblivion and kick him out of wrestling with a kick to the head.
Okay.
That's the long-term story plan.
All right.
So John Cena
Wow.
wins his 17th to usurp Ric Flair.
Yeah, that's the other
here's
thing.
the
Take
other
Ric
thing.
Flair out the
Here's
history
the other
books.
thing. Because the way WWE is doing it,
Yeah.
it will not be the 17th. It'll be 18th. Because they're still considered two separate belts.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
No,
But
but
But that's how they're
So,
promoting it.
I know,
Yes.
but unfortunately, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be him winning his 17th. It'd be him winning his 17th and 18th.
yes.
But this is why I think Cody Rhodes is going to
Yeah.
win, because he's not going to allow John Cena to
There's
get
no
that
way you're
belt.
going to have John Cena do this whole storyline and it being his last WrestleMania and not have John Cena win
But
his
then,
last
like
WrestleMania.
Mark was saying, John Cena's like, yeah, that's right. I'm going to take
Yeah.
it all with
And
me.
The
And you have The
Rock's
Rock out there going,
there,
yeah, we're
and
going to
then
do this. We're
all
going
of
to
a
do this.
sudden-
And then the heart of wrestling, the heart and soul,
Yeah, I mean, I
the
think there's
heart
going
and
to be
soul of
shenanigans.
wrestling
And then he comes out.
with his best friend.
Yeah.
And because it just makes more sense.
Yeah, I think The Rock is going to allow, if John Cena were to win, I think The Rock is going to pull some shit.
Yeah.
SHIT.
Yes.
I already said it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I want to believe Cody Rhodes is going to win this, but
Well,
you
it
guys
could
make
come down to that match.
you guys make
It could be the whole kit and caboodle could be happening at that match.
I know you guys
Because
make some
before
good
that,
ones.
we have two bonus picks for the SmackDown before WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that
what's
we're
up with
throwing
that?
out there to get out a little bit of intrigue into the SmackDown before WrestleMania. So we could go into the week high on points. We can go into WrestleMania low on points. We'll see what happens here. These two matches could change everything. So with two matches we picked out of the SmackDown that I picked were the men's WWE Tag Team titles are being defended on the SmackDown before WrestleMania. It's the Street Profits as the champions up against the Motor City Machine Guns. We'll go to Josh for his pick on who he thinks is going to win this match.
Motor City Machine Guns. Just
All
one.
right. Brian, who do you got?
Yeah, this storyline is interesting because Street Profits, correct me if I'm wrong, they just got the belts not that long ago.
Not that long ago, but DIY, yeah.
Yeah, and they kind of turned heel.
They're
sort
like
of.
kind of on the
different
edge.
now.
They're on the edge.
Yeah.
They came out.
They're definitely floater guys.
Yeah, used them in the Charlotte Tiffany story there
They
for
went
a
dark.
second. They came over to check on Tiffany and stuff. So
And Motor Street Machine Guns, it's
or
funny.
Motor City Machine Guns.
Motor City Machine Guns came
Yes.
out, won the belt, literally their first
straight out the
match,
box.
which I was surprised.
Yeah.
Then they had it for all of a couple weeks.
Yes,
And they haven't had it since, right, Josh?
they
No,
won.
it was
I
DIY.
think they had it. Yeah,
They were
won.
fighting DIY for it.
Yeah.
That's when the Street Profits came out.
Yeah. So there's been a bunch of shenanigans there.
So
Because the Street Profits made it so that Motor City would lose
Yes.
the DIY.
Yes.
And then,
They want the smoke.
I'm going to go with Josh. I'm going to go Motor City Machine Guns.
All right. I'm going to go opposite and say the Street Profits are going to win.
Do you think it's going to be a DQ match, or do
I
you
think it's going to be DQ.
You
And
think
no one's
DIY
going
is
to.
gonna show
Nothing's
up?
going to happen
That was my other
because
thought.
DIY is going to come out and cost
Cost.
Because they want
Motor City
them
Machine
to win.
Guns to win, and then the Pretty Deadly will come out, and that'll cause a whole thing, and then you'll have a 4-way match announced for possibly WrestleMania Day 1, during the pre-show or something. And if that happens, then we'll add it, of course.
We'll add it.
But
yeah.
yeah, I think Street Profits will win by DQ because of shenanigans. Now,
I don't know anything
the
about
complete
this.
crapshoot that is the
When was this announced? On Friday?
Friday night, yeah.
They didn't. I
Yeah.
didn't get this on YouTube.
Andre the Giant WrestleMania Battle Royal.
Honestly, before you get into that, Mark, I could see them adding that in the Randy spot.
Possibly, yeah.
You know,
or
it
yeah,
would make
or
sense.
whatever. But anyways, all right.
Who the
back.
hell's in it?
This is my other question.
Basically
was going
everyone
to
who's
be-
not on
Yeah,
WrestleMania.
this is my other question was.
That's
have
how this
we-
is what this
have we
turns
released
into.
a list, or
Every
is it-
male
Yo,
wrestler.
you got a list, Josh?
I've looked it up.
There
I
is
can't
none.
find one.
It's just basically
So
they're
it's
saying
literally
there's a possibility
everybody.
of 32 possible guys. So it's basically every non-WrestleMania person who's
This
in WrestleMania.
is going to be at SmackDown. This is not going to be added
It's on
to WrestleMania.
SmackDown.
No,
No,
it's
I
on
know, but Josh was
SmackDown.
saying it could be on
No, he's talking
WrestleMania.
about
No, I'm
the,
talking about
the
the
Street
Fatal
Profits
Four.
match
Oh.
could
They
take the place of the
could
Randy
turn-
match.
I got
They
you, I
could
got
turn
you.
that
Yeah.
match on
Yeah,
SmackDown.
because Randy could
into-
be in this WrestleMania Battle Royal, possibly.
And now, what does the winner get?
They just win
The
a trophy, an Andre the Giant Battle Royal trophy. And leave their name on it
it's
for a
actually,
year.
It's actually a cool trophy.
Yeah,
and a
it's
bunch
got
of
Andre
cool
the Giant
guys
on
have
the
won it.
front, with his arms
With
crossed.
Cesaro
Gotcha.
and
Cesaro's won it. Sheamus has won
Sheamus
it.
won it.
Braun Strowman's won it.
yeah, it is
yeah, a
it
bunch
is
of
a
random-
cool way to honor Andre
Yeah,
the Giant.
it's a cool
and
thing. It's also
cool,
a way to get all the other
Yeah.
guys that aren't on the show on the
yeah.
show.
That's the other thing is it's a way to
Yeah,
because this used to be
it was on WrestleMania. Yeah,
was a WrestleMania
Yeah.
show.
Josh, you go first. 'cause I
yeah. It was
don't
a way
know
to
who
get
pick.
all the. It was just a way to get everyone a payday, basically.
Yeah, man.
But now they've moved it to SmackDown before as a way to promote WrestleMania. So yeah, it could be basically any
It could
male
be
wrestler
any-
could appear on this.
That's the reason I looked it up, and it could be anybody.
It could be anybody. So
Oh yeah.
feel free to pick whoever you want.
I'm looking at the card of people.
Because even if you look at the last time they did it, the card that they had, it had so many random guys.
Like Tozawa will be in this, and
Yeah, you think-
all,
American Made, Pretty Deadly.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what
Shinsuke
it is.
is listed.
Yeah. Where'd you find the lineup?
Well, I just Googled it. I don't know what this is, old
That's
one or
not
new
that.
one.
There is no official list.
Oh,
Oh, this is from 2024. My
Yeah.
apologies.
That's what it means. If you go back to the 2024 one,
yeah, because Bronson
there's
Reed's won it
so
before.
many. Yeah, Bronson Reed was in it, and there's so many random people that could be in it. So But there's nothing official. There's no official list yet.
You're right.
Like there's like speculations of who could win it because like since there is no list, everyone's just picking who they think could win it.
Yeah, it just says find out Friday.
So like there's literally some people that are picking R-Truth to win it.
Oh
some
my
people that are
God.
picking Miz to win it. There's so many.
Yeah, so like Miz and Carmelo will be in it. Like all the like basically
everyone who's not
in this will be in this.
All right. I'll let you go first, Josh.
I think I'm just going to pick someone I want to see win.
Okay.
And I think they should be getting a push. I'm going to pick Otis.
Otis.
Wow.
Just because.
This is also a 5-point spot
I
here.
have a very.
you and Otis share the same
I haven't been
facial
able
hair.
to shave because hockey season hasn't ended and I'm starting to look like Otis.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Otis.
Yeah. All right. Brian.
I'm going to go with Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I feel like he needs a push, and there's really there's some joke ones and fun ones, but Carmelo Hayes might just help him out. He's kind of, I know he's still pushing to get more popular, so it could help him. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I wish I had a list. It'd be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Not having any kind of idea who's in this is kind of the thing that does it.
I'm just
with it being 5
throwing out
points
names.
too, it's a big thing. But it could be anybody.
Well, who are you thinking?
It could be a good day. It could be a Rusev day.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Rusev is going to win the Andre the Giant Memorial WrestleMania Battle Royal. I'm writing it down. I don't feel happy about it, but I'm writing it down.
I thought about that, Mark.
They haven't even teased him showing up.
Yeah, they could either.
It could also be,
throw him
you know
out
what?
there
I'm going to
just to
change
be-
that. I'm going to change that. I'm changing that right now. I'm changing it. Because they're promoting him, but he hasn't shown up yet.
Malachi?
Penta's buddy?
I'm going to say Penta's brother Ray Phoenix is going to win it.
Well, yeah, he's coming in.
He's already in. He's already in. But
He
I
came
think
in.
it makes sense to have him win it. It'd be weird for him to win it because he's a tiny guy, but
But here, because I wanted to look it up.
did Ricochet win?
Here is the last few winners: Cesaro,
Yeah.
Big Show,
Yes.
Baron Corbin,
Yes.
Mojo Rawley,
Yes.
Matt Hardy,
Yeah.
Braun Strowman, Jey Uso,
Yeah.
Madcap Moss,
Yes.
Bobby Lashley, and Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
it is a
It's
a
a-
gamut of guys.
Cornucopia.
It's
Yeah.
a
And so,
poop
like-
shoot of
It is a
people.
poop shoot with
Like,
people.
Of people.
To have Madcap and Mojo in that list of past winners.
I mean, it's
is
also kind of
like-
scary too, because a lot of those guys aren't in the company anymore. So
Yeah,
Almost all of them.
It's like bad luck to
all
win
of
this.
them are in
almost.
the company,
Either that or they've been
have
released and brought back.
gone and
yeah, so maybe it's not a good thing to win.
Yeah, do not win this.
Don't win this.
I think the only two that because Braun left after he won it.
Braun
and
left and came back,
And Bronson is the only.
And Bronson's
but he
injured.
was the last one.
and he was also released and brought back too.
Yeah. Well, technically, yes, he was.
Yeah. So
Yeesh.
yeah.
I almost don't want Otis to win it now, but
I almost don't want Ray Phoenix to win it.
All
right.
right, we gotta wrap this up.
Yeah.
quick. I gotta
Yeah.
get to work.
So those are our picks. We'll be keeping track of them, and it'll be hopefully you'll join us.
Yeah.
Feel free to check our Facebook page, download the images that I put up there of the picks. Feel free
Mark
to fill
will
them
be
out.
updating it
Feel
because
free to
he
send
said
it
he
out.
felt Ray.
Nah, it's fine. I'm leaving it. I'm not redoing the whole thing just for that. But yeah, so hopefully you guys will join us and be a part of that. But as always, happy WrestleMania week. Be safe, be well, be kind.
And rewind. Good night, Bobby.
See you, Rocky. Night, Howard.